Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. We're talking about a big one going down, not on Friday night, not on Thursday night, but on Saturday night.
At the district.
A Freddie special.
Oh, it's not the district.
At the district.
It's not the district.
Complex.
I still call it
the Covina Valley Sports Complex. Is that what we're calling it?
Look, in order to not confuse people, we ought to just start by calling it Covina District Field. But anyways, we're talking about the Kings of Cameron, the annual battle between South Hills and West Covina. This one's going down Saturday night at 7 o'clock, like we talked about, at the stadium known formerly as Covina.
It's going to be super packed there, standing room only. There's going to be a lot of dignitaries, a lot of people coming out that they're going to bring out. I mean, it's going to be a special night.
Right.
I know that the district, it opened last week, but this Saturday night is the real christening. This is like the real night when you're going to see what this place looks like when it's packed, how all the parking goes. Is the pizza still good? Is that pepperoni pizza still the same thing we ate last year? You know,
That's the big question.
A lot of big questions going to be answered on Saturday night because I think there's going to be a lot of the Valley that's going to get to see that field for the first time because everyone's off, and this is the perfect opportunity to get there.
Among those questions that will be answered on Saturday night is, will Freddie be watching the Mayweather fight, or will he be watching the
Why do you have to put it down on me like that, Aaron? I'm going to be at the game. This isn't even a Mayweather fight.
We'll see.
I've seen enough Mayweather fights. I mean, I know I can tell you right now what's going to happen.
Anyway,
a 12-round decision, whatever.
West Covina enters the game 0-2. South Hills enters the game 1-1. We're hoping the South Hills student body does another spoof of our little show here, like they did last year, which was so outstanding. You know, kind of making fun of.
They got a lot of spirit over there at South Hills.
Yeah, they got a lot of spirit over there. They had an up and down year. You know, so to put it.
And I can tell you this rivalry almost got nasty this week without spilling what started to circulate on Twitter and social media. You know, there was a certain element of some on the West Covina side started to print some T-shirts that had some pictures on those T-shirts that weren't very flattering. That started to bring up some of the bad things that have gone on at South Hills in the past year. We won't get into naming names. It would be pretty low and a cheap shot if these shirts circulated Saturday night at Covina District Field.
Right.
But given the bad blood between these two schools, I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Well, you know, what we should just tell you is you got to know the right person, and then you'll be able to see what exactly those T-shirts were about. But I'm sure everyone can kind of fill in the blank here. Anyways, guys, we got two teams here that are in interesting situations. West Covina's 0-2. They played Colony and St. Francis. They banged well in those games, but they didn't finish in the fourth quarter. They didn't get wins. They're really needing a win here. South Hills 1-1. So impressive to shut out Diamond Ranch to start the season, then ran into the La Habra juggernaut last week and got really kind of stymied themselves. Let's get right into this, man. I mean, this looks like South Hills defense is going to have to carry them as far as it can in this matchup. I mean, last year's game, you know, West Covina gets the win 44-0. I mean, this is a lot of ground to make up for South Hills, and this is a South Hills team that isn't the veteran unit that it was last year. I'm thinking West Covina finally has a situation where they can finish this job and play a good game against a good team and get the win. That's what I'm thinking happens on Friday night. Yeah, I'm picking West Covina.
You know, normally if these were two teams that didn't have any history and they were playing a non-league game, I would agree with you. I'd like West Covina by a couple touchdowns, maybe more, especially given how they did against Colony, how they did against St. Francis in close losses. And, you know, South Hills really struggling on offense, 7 points in the last 2 weeks. Granted, one of them was against La Habra. But I think this rivalry has been surprising over the years. I mean, there have been big favorites, and it's turned out to be close games. I just think that the bad blood and the fact that this is going to be on a Saturday night on a big stage kind of evens up things a little bit. I think there's going to be a lot of emotions in this game. And I think, you know, South Hills was looking at some of the West Covina games and feels like defensively they're going to be able to get the job done. Now, whether they're able to score on West Covina or score multiple times, that's going to be the big question because I said at the beginning of the year, I think they were starting a freshman quarterback. I think they still are. They're really trying to sort themselves out on offense. But if they can keep this, Aram, to a low-scoring game, keep this to a 7-7 game at halftime, and something that's low going into the second half and fourth quarter, I give South Hills a real good chance.
That's their only chance.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Stevie. What do you think? But you're picking West Covina.
I'm not stupid, Aram. I'm picking West Covina.
I I mean,
you've already been quoted multiple places on Twitter as picking West Covina. I just want to make sure you're sticking to that.
Although this might not be as bad as the game that you and I picked last week on the Tribskin Pick'em.
Yeah.
Was it the
West Covina?
No. It was like a Cantwell Sacred Heart.
Oh, Whittier.
Whittier. Is that the game that was 60-something to nothing?
Yeah.
62.
Yeah, we both picked Cantwell Sacred Heart, and Whittier went 60-something to nothing.
Some guys suspended.
But I think West Covina will start strong, and I think they'll finish strong. And I don't see this as a
blowout, Stevie.
Yeah,
you gonna be there Saturday night?
No, I'm gonna be in Las Vegas on Saturday.
Jeez, Stevie.
For the Mayweather fight?
No,
Stevie.
there's another event there.
There is?
It's called Josh Rosen Week Number 2.
Oh, Stevie's going to the football game. All right, good call, Stevie. Good call. Good call.
A great week. You're probably going to stay in a very expensive...
He'll probably be at those Mayweather after parties too, knowing Steve Ramirez and the clout that he has in Vegas.
Okay.
He just shows his badge and he's got all access anywhere he wants to go.
The night's just starting once that UNLV game ends, Stevie.
Yeah.
So
now you just gave me something else. Now I got UNLV, Mayweather fight, and West Covina South Hills. God, what a decision this is going to be.
Wow, Stevie, that's impressive. Guy's going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're all picking West Covina, which means I think we all picked West Covina last year, though, and they won 44-0. But maybe that gives South Hills a glimmer of hope. We know they're kind of active on Twitter, so they're probably going to take serious offense to this. Maybe it'll be a good game. We'll see what happens. But this is for the Kings of Cameron label. It's going down Saturday night at the District. Get out there and enjoy it.